Then I took a smidge and applied it down there.
This one's wife. Lazy and useless. Certain narcissists are hard-working, industrious. They have a prodigious output. There are other narcissists which are particularly lazy. The narcissists that work hard do so because the narcissism drives them to achieve, because achievement equates to the provision of the prime aims. Thus they work hard, which provides them with more money, money being a residual benefit, and that money then can be utilised to control other people. A promotion can be obtained. Advancement in a hierarchy makes it easier to control other individuals. The fact that a narcissist demonstrates a loyalty, that results in a response which provides fuel. Accordingly, certain narcissists are driven to work very hard. You'll find them amongst upper lesser B, sometimes upper lesser A, sometimes middle mid-range, invariably upper mid-range, and amongst greater and the ultra. There are, of course, many narcissists who are downright lazy. With the sense of entitlement, believing that the world owes them a living, they can't be bothered to work. They pawn off other people, sponging off them, allowing others to pay. They are freeloaders. Those individuals aren't interested in keeping down a job, or where they do have one, they shirk the work. They don't turn up on time, showing a lack of accountability towards the job that they do. They allow other people to do more work on their behalf. They look for every opportunity to cut corners because they have no sense of accountability. Certain narcissists will want other people to do things for them, and thus they control them to achieve that aim, because that makes life easier for them. Lower lesser, middle lesser, some upper lesser type A, low mid-range are invariably seen as your lazier narcissists. But you can find them amongst middle mid-range as well, more based upon the concept of, you should do these things for me. I don't know what to do. You're better at this than me. And it's all because, of course, the narcissism will look to find a way of compelling other people to do what is required in order to give the narcissism more time to achieve the prime aims. This one's wife is lazy. We've seen this because of her sense of entitlement. She believes that the world owes her a living, and people should just basically give her money because she's this one's wife. Harry is also lazy. He didn't used to be. Of course, it's fairly easy to be relatively industrious when you have a legion of people doing things for you. But with Harry, he's become infected by the sense of entitlement that his wife exhibits. He has a sense of entitlement himself, but nowhere near as great as hers. And he would also decide that it's appropriate to opt for the easy life by doing as little as possible, smoking the ganja, playing on the PlayStation, etc. But there was a time where he exhibited more industry when he was in the army. Although he was Bunker Harry, he still had to pull his weight. The army wouldn't let it be any otherwise. He has gradually become infected by his wife's behaviours, so that he has done less and less. And this has now been exposed by Daniela Elsa in news.com.au, which demonstrates the way that Harry has become infected and, of course, the way that this one's wife behaves in a lazy fashion. As we fast approach that blessed point of the year when our out-of-offices go blissfully on and our only one glass for me pants come off, spare thought for our poor American brethren. In a land that does not offer health care or the knowledge you won't be mowed down with an assault rifle while stocking up on cheese whip, comes the fact that employees have no legal entitlement to any paid leave. What must they all make, then, of Californian transplant and royal gone rogue Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and his working schedule? With only a couple of weeks until 2023 is done and dusted, the 39-year-old has undertaken a grand total of 18 days of public charity work. Now, in part, pausing there, this is a combination of him being infected with this laziness, but also because his wife has steered him away from charitable works and instead to watching Lionel Messi play football or going to the ice hockey or going to concerts. This week, he and this one's wife's Archwell Foundation released its annual financial and impact reports with much gussying of fonts and ballyhooing of helping. Just in case anyone was unsure about how much caring they had been up to, this was accompanied by a video showing the Sussexes compulsively hugging seemingly every single person who has strayed into their path. See parts passing for an analysis of that. The Archwell Employee of the Month award goes to whoever chose the song whose lyrics include the lines, "Over the hills and far away, looking out for a better day, when it seems like there's no escape, take me to my happy place." Such nuance, such subtlety. Except the uplifting riffs of the soundtrack and all that energetic embracing of people they had only just met is but part of the story. Remember when Harry in August told a conference in Tokyo, "My life is charity. Always has been, always will be." Well, according to the events listed on Archwell's own website, plus other public engagements, the Duke has undertaken 13 charitable outings this year. If we factor in the 7 days of the Invictus Games that he attended, that comes to a total of Harry undertaking public work on a total number of 18 days. This all works out as Harry doing less than 1.5 days of public charity work a month. Even if Harry had achieved double or tripled these numbers, we're hardly talking about the sort of figures that he would be comfortably able to back up that lifeline. Let us also note that this year Harry has, however, found the time to go see Beyoncé and Katy Perry concerts, watch Lionel Messi play in a soccer game in Los Angeles, catch a basketball game, fly to Austin for the American Formula One Grand Prix, holiday in Portugal and the Caribbean with this one's wife, and drop by for the final episode of James Corden's Arsehole Late Late Show. Yes, there would be the behind-the-scenes work that Harry and this one's wife must do as directors of the Archwell Foundation. I'm imagining countless meetings which start with round-table affirmations and rounds of iced lattes and the Sussexes sending reams of emails from their side-by-side desk. However, the Duke and Duchess clearly want to establish themselves as public figures in the United States, which requires them to, not to get too specific here, actually do things in public, and more than once a month. The sticking point isn't what Harry and this one's wife have achieved with their foundation, because Lord knows it's far more than you and I have done, but that they love a lofty statement selling Archwell as the most exciting thing to happen to charity since the polio vaccine, and the fail to come close. Aside from the Invictus Games, whose inception and launch happened firmly within the royal tent and years ago, the Sussexes' impact post-Megxit and since launching their Archwell Foundation, which is meaningful, is notably limited. The numbers specified in the newly released Archwell Financial Report are not exactly horn-tooting stuff, bringing in $3 million in the last year from only 2 donors, which represents a $16.7 million drop in donations from their first financial report. The foundation gave out $1.9 million in grants for 19 different causes. The salt in the wound part comes when we consider that back in the United Kingdom, William and Kate, the Prince and Princess of Wales, are nailing it like 2 freshly accredited builders with brand new hammers. In just over 24 hours, the video they released this week via their social media accounts shows Kate and their 3 children helping out at a baby bank, which has been viewed 7 million times. Then on Tuesday, William visited homelessness charity, The Passage, helping to serve a Christmas lunch and then laughing and chatting with their clients. Not a single hint of pompous assishness or anything like an air or grace. The narrative they have firmly established is of themselves as being wholly committed to their specific causes, and that they are truly in it for the long haul. So what has Harry exactly been up to this year? His spare press tour, various outings of a storm cloud looking Duke propped up on hard chairs being lobbed softball questions by an all-male clutch of interviewers, was over by mid-January. How long can one man spend stewing in his at-home steam room over his family's various indignities and slights? It's not as if the Sussexes have been bearing the heavy burden of their content-making work, with Spotify having lost their number and their current Netflix slate reportedly consisting of only 2 future shows, according to the controversial book Bell Endgame. The fact is, this summary provided by Daniela Elsa not only demonstrates the commitment of the Prince and Princess of Wales to undertaking charitable work, but it highlights once again the lazy nature of both Harry and this one's wife. She wants something for nothing. She's not interested in charity. She's just driven to do it, and to the small extent that she does do it, as a consequence of her narcissism making her believe that she's a kind and empathic person. What really matters to her is money, because it's a residual benefit. She wants to sit at home, emailing WME, berating them for not securing gigs and deals for her. You can well imagine that she sits at that desk first thing in the morning, when she's eventually rolled out of bed, emailing, ringing people, saying, "What have you got for me? What have you done?" Because the only focus that matters to this one's wife is, of course, is herself. This shows by the lamentable record with regard to what Archewell has achieved. And it also demonstrates the way that Harry, dimwit that he is, has followed her cue in trying to be a celebrity rather than sticking to the charity. Once again, the evidence demonstrates just how these two are both lazy and useless. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.